Hey guys, good to see you. I felt like it's been decades since I last had the opportunity to sit down, make a video, and have a conversation with you all. And in reality, I think it's only been like 2 weeks or something like that. But even still, that is just way too much time to be away from you all. And I'm so happy to be back with another video and some great news too on top of that. I made this channel not too long ago and I uploaded my first two videos, and those videos have been receiving an insane amount of support. The likes, the comments, and the view count has been through the roof on both videos. And just the other day I realized I had 183 subscribers, and that is just absolutely insane. It felt like just the other day I had like 5 or 6 and I was jumping for joy. That was a lot for me. And I was really content with that. But just to see the channel grow even more since then, it's just honestly, it's overwhelming and it really is heartwarming. And I can't thank you guys enough, and I can't stress that enough. I know I sound like a broken record, but I don't care. I'm gonna put you guys above all else. The figures that I collect on this channel are great too, but it doesn't compare to where I'm unboxing these figures. I'm getting my first reaction and thoughts on them, and then putting it in a video and uploading it, and then hearing what you guys think about the figures, hearing when you guys first started your collection, or suggesting some things I should check out. Like, there's no comparison. Seriously, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, truly. I know I'm mentioning the sub count too. The sub count's never really the goal. The goal is to make a lot of friends, and I felt like since I made this channel, I've made an insane amount. And truly, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I was actually planning on just holding off on making this video entirely due to the fact that I didn't get all my stuff from Ami. I did get a couple of things, but I guess the other figures they might be coming later on in the month, or they might even get delayed for all I know. And I really didn't want to go too long without making another video, and honestly the temptation has been getting the better of me. Having these two figures in my room that I did get, just sitting there unboxed, just like calling my name in the middle of the night to just freaking open me, it's just been unbearable. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open it. And then the other stuff that I'm probably gonna be receiving later on, I might just save those and just add them into the stuff that I'm gonna be getting in July. Hopefully it's in the beginning of the month, and just unbox it at that time. But we'll see. I don't know, the temptation could get the best of me again, and we might be in the same predicament, So, but yeah, I think I'm really excited for next month, because I really anticipate it to be some of the best figures that I'm gonna be getting. And in my opinion, they're gonna be like personal, like holy grails. I just cannot wait. So hopefully everything is delivered as promised. Judging by the photos on Ami, I'm really excited, and I'm just hoping they come in perfect condition too. That's always, worrying about ordering these figures, from overseas and everything like that. But we'll see. So yeah, without further ado, let's just jump into what I have to show you guys. So this first figure that I actually picked up is from a brand that's been receiving a lot of praise and recognition as of late. I know some channels that I'm subbed to on YouTube, like Daijubu or Gwen Collects or like AV, they've done reviews on the figures that they received from them, and they're just absolutely blown away by their figures and happy with the outcome. So I thought that I would try my hand at it, and it's none other than the brand Maethos. And I went with their AFK Arena's Shemira 1/7 scale figure. She was about like 20,000 yen at the time. I think she might be on sale now. I have to double check that. But right off the bat, like, this box is just absolutely gorgeous. You can see the entire character on the front. I mean, she's got this great background behind her. It's got this nice reflecting green on there too. The print is so well done. And even on the sides of the box, they give you a view shot of the figure herself. And that is just too cool. I wish more boxes would actually display that in a figure. I know, like, a lot of my boxes from eStream, they really kind of like hide the figure. I know, like, with Demon Rem, it's just text on the actual box itself. It's really bare bones and plain. So yeah, I feel like this might be the new standard for sure, 100%. So yeah, let me bust her open and see if this figure actually holds up. Okay, so now that Shemira is all unboxed and I'm looking at her up close, I have to say my ethos, wow, this is such a gorgeous and elegant figure. You did such a good job. I'm super, super impressed. I can see why a lot of people like you guys. I mean, and for this price point, like, wow, this is just an absolute steal. I could honestly mistake this for being an Ishun figure. There's so much detail packed in here. I mean, where do I even start? I guess I'll start with the base. I love the fact that it's not just a regular flat base, it's super creative and imaginative, and that's always a big selling point for me on figures and stuff like that. And I'm like, after taking a good look at it right now, I think this honestly is the most elaborate base I have in my collection. I mean, you have all this rubble down at the bottom with all these rocks, and each rock has so much depth to it. Like, you can feel all the nooks and cracks, and I'm putting my finger across it and you can actually feel all the layers to it. It's just so well done, so well painted too. You even have these candles down here that are actually melting, and like the fact that they really made it identical to real life wax, and how it's actually just oozing over the top of the rocks and sliding in between each crack. That is so good, man. The attention to detail there is absolutely like next level. I love this. And they even went out of their way to put another candle on top of the little coffin up here, and it's spilling down the sides. Oof. I mean, even the coffin has so many layers to it. Like, you have her insignia right on top of it. You can actually feel it almost like popping out. I really like how they had it layered like that. And you can see a whole bunch of like chips and pieces missing out of the coffin, and it just looks like it's been worn down. And wow, it just really sets the tone. It's this dark, gritty, gothic graveyard kind of vibe, and it really stays true to this character. And then next, you have her tortured souls, which are the skulls literally flying around. And the way that they presented these skulls, especially with the flame coming out from behind them, and how they weaved it to attach to the base and really give it that feeling of flight, it's just superb. Wow. And then the skulls themselves too have also a bunch of detail and texture in it. Like, you can feel all the outlines of the eye holes and the nose, and then you have the upper jaw right there, and then you have a couple cracks in there. That is so cool, man. And the fact that she's actually standing on top of one too, oof, wow. That is just freaking nothing short of badass. And then coming to Shemira, I mean, this is such a really well designed pose. I really like this pose a lot. It flows super, super well. I love that her dress is sitting there flowing, almost like it's in the wind a little bit there too. And then she's got her legs in such a freaking sexy pose. You can even see her little high heels there too. They got some good coloring to them. And I like the shading of the greens blending together. That is super, super nice. Of course, you have the sinister thigh highs that every man is weak to. I'm not gonna lie to you. They even have the thighs like spilling out a little bit. I don't know if you could see it, but oof. I'm sorry, women. If you're doing this, you're winning over any man. And then her hair too. I just love the way that they make her hair flow in separate directions. That just gives it so much life. And you even have one strand of hair wrapping underneath her arm and then coming back over. Wow. Like, oh my gosh. And then you have her soul siphon too off to the side, connecting to her knee. Like, the placement of everything on this figure just meshes so well. I mean, and there's so much depth to the actual soul siphon too. You got these nice swirls in there. Her face is just actually spot on. They really brought this character to life. She has this like kind of like smug smile, like she knows she's freaking bad. And then the detailing on her eye cloth is just there. It's painted very, very well. And then her horns, horns are beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, this figure is definitely huge. She stands super, super tall. I'm honestly worried that she might not even fit in my Detolf. I have to see. I'm gonna probably let you guys know if she does. I hope I don't have to put her outside of the Detolf too. But we'll see. Yeah, I mean, even down to her fingernails, like you have so much detail. My Ito's, wow. I do see one little boo-boo here, and I feel like that is honestly, it's not a scratch. Now that I'm taking a look at it up close, I believe it's the paint that they used for her dress. There's like blue strips on her dress in a couple little areas. You have it on her waist, you have it underneath the booba, and then you have it on her choker or her little collar, and then on her arms. So I'm guessing maybe as they were painting that, maybe when the guy was stroking it, it must have hit her hair, because there's like a little splotch of blue, but you can't even really see that. That's something you have to be like super close to see. So, I mean, I don't see any other blemishes. No, not that I am aware of, no. Wow, you know what is crazy? I'm looking at this and I just noticed there's actually details behind the coffin on the base. Dude, wow. What can I say, man? This was a really good purchase. I really want to get some of their other figures too. I know like the Cheshire Cat is one I want to get. They have a Little Mermaid too. They have a couple of them. But from my understanding, I think they are pretty much like sold out for now. I don't know if My Ethos does re-releases. I guess I have to look that up. I really hope they do, because I really want those figures. Especially after seeing how well this one was made. Yeah, I definitely have to check it out. But yeah, this was awesome. Money well spent, and I'm pretty sure my collection is gonna be super happy to add her in. Wow. Okay, so this next figure I got is actually from Flare, and it's their Type 97 girl from Girls Frontline. I mean, she is just a cutie patootie. I had to get her as soon as I saw her in Ami Ami. And oh my gosh, I'm so happy. The only thing I'm not really crazy about is her box. It's really simple. I do like the fact that it's like see-through and clear, so you can see the character straight up. But yeah, it's kind of cheap, especially in comparison to Shemira in that Maeto's box. Yeah, that was just next level. But I do like the fact that on the back, she has like a nice little print, so you can see her in her entirety. And I mean, look, there's just one giant reason I had to get her, right? I mean, it's definitely for her gun. But yeah, I can't wait to bust her open. She's gonna be awesome. Okay, so after taking a good look at Type 97, I gotta say, off rip, I love the size of this figure. She is just too cute and too precious. I love the fact that she can literally fit in the palm of my hand. That is just too adorable. Come on now. But Flare, I have to give you guys some praise. I mean, I spent about like 17,000 yen for this figure, and they just put so much effort and detail, and it really does show. It really just represents them well, and it really solidifies me in wanting to get more of the figures in the future, 100%. I mean, starting with her hair, I really love how her bangs have this nice light brown and slowly transitions into like a darker shade of brown. Oh, that is just beautifully painted, beautifully done. She has these two beautiful, bright, vibrant red ribbons in her hair that is just too cute, and I love how it matches her tie in the front. And then the pigtails themselves, they're just so nicely sculpted. I love how they come down and slowly transition to spreading across the floor. It really does suit the pose of this figure. I mean, they could have made her standing up, but I think this pose really makes her more sexy and attractive, and it just meshes so well together. She's got this great facial expression. I love this winking face, and I love the fact that she's blushing too. You get that nice little pink color in there. She has this great top. I mean, you can see all the creases in the actual shirt itself. And if they gave her this cute little corset here too, that's really nicely painted. It's a great shade of brown that matches her hair. And then she's got these gold little buttons on the front. And then we work our way down to the pantsuit, the real juice of the figure, right? The pantsuit are pretty nice. Like, they did such a good job with the creases and crevices. It really shows off her ginormous cheeks, right? Oh my gosh. I mean, they even have butt dimples. Are you kidding me? Like, Flare. Like, you guys knew what we wanted in this figure, and you guys definitely delivered. Oh my goodness. And then to top it off, she even has the thigh highs, and then you got the thighs spilling out of the sock a little bit. It's just like, come on, man. Come on. Oh my gosh. What's really cool too is I noticed that she has like actual rips in the thighs. I love that. I love that. You get to see more skin there. Yeah. And then, oh, you know what's really cool too is her gun, you can actually detach it too. And yeah, you know what? I'm gonna admit it right now. I took out the gun and I was looking, all right, I was being a little bit scandalous. But if you actually look from a front angle view, on the front of her panties, you can actually see a little bow tie there. Oh my gosh. These guys literally covered every basis of this figure, every nook and cranny. Oh my gosh, wow, wow. But the gun itself too is beautifully designed. I mean, you can see the hand grip and you can see the barrel grip and all the little details on the actual barrel itself. This is just beautifully done. I mean, look at the stock too. Like, the stock has so many details on it. I just love this. And then you could probably pose this gun in different ways too, but right now I'm just gonna leave it the default way, and hopefully I'm able to get it back in there. But yeah, and then moving on to her actual, her boots. She's got these really, really nice boots. I love this shade of black. And I love how the buckles on her boots have this nice little glossy gold paint on there. Oh yeah, and I missed her gloves too. Her gloves actually have this same kind of gloss paint to it as well. And it's got nice gold on the actual buckles of the gloves themselves also. I mean, wow. This figure is just beautiful. I know where I want to place her. I kind of want to place her next to my Chainsaw Man manga. I think she'll be looking gorgeous right there. And honestly, Flare, I can't thank you guys enough for giving me such a great figure. This is just beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Oh, you know what's actually funny too, because I think this is honestly my quote-unquote first scandalous figure. I know someone in the comments of my last video was like, you should get a figure like that and just go crazy with it. So I know he's gonna be super happy to see this figure. This one's for you, man. You know who you are, dude. But yeah, she's just gorgeous. I can't wait to put her in my Detolf. So outside of adding more figures to the collection, I was able to add more manga to the collection. For those of you who seen my last video, know that I actually acquired volumes 1 through 3 of Chainsaw Man. And since then, I actually got volumes 4 through 11, and I finished Chainsaw Man in its entirety. I loved it. It was such a great read. It had a bit of everything. The characters were just also likable. There were so many memorable moments. It had some comedy in there. It had some romance. And of course, it had all the action and violence you could ask for. It was such a great read. And I really want to do like a review breakdown of the manga itself in its own personal video sometime in the future, because I really think it deserves that. I thought it was awesome. I definitely could recommend it to anyone else, but I was super bummed out that I finished it because like I didn't know what else to turn to. And so one of my coworkers at work, it wasn't Nick, but it was actually this guy named Leo. He reads a lot of manga, and I was like, hey, is there anything out there that's really similar or close to Chainsaw Man? And he recommended Uzumaki by Junji Ito. And in the beginning, when I first heard Uzumaki, I was like, are you talking about Naruto? And he's like, no. He's like, Uzumaki means spiral. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I Googled him. I looked up some of the panel art for his manga, and I instantly knew I had to read this, like, after looking at those pictures. So I picked it up on Amazon not too long ago, and it's crazy because I wanted to add this into the video before I started reading it. And what's actually wild is I finished the entirety of Uzumaki. It was that good. It was insane. It was incredible. This guy has such a talent for drawing. Like, it is so beautiful and captivating in each panel. There's so much detail in here. As soon as you open up the book, you're introduced to all these captivating illustrations. It's just insane. It is insane to me. Especially after reading Chainsaw Man, coming to something like this, like, it's a huge step up for sure. And it's a horror book. I mean, they definitely do not stray away from horror in this book, man. I mean, some of the horror is like engraved in my mind now. Like, some of the scenes in there, it's just, I can't unsee it. It's definitely not meant for kids. So if you ever pick up this book, make sure you lock it in the deepest depths of your basement, or go outside and bury it, and then when you want to read it, dig it up. Because, I mean, my goodness, it is actually grotesque and disgusting, but so good at the same time. It's so captivating. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is like a horror lover's paradise in one book. And it's funny too, because in the earlier chapters, it's about like story building. And then I want to say somewhere down the road, like in the mid section of the book, Junji Ito just drops everything. Like, he just goes full throttle, guns blazing, no warning whatsoever. And like, some of the stuff that you see is just unreal. So basically, what the story is about is you have this girl named Kyrie, and she's in the town of Kuruzo, and it's cursed. And it's cursed by a pattern of spirals. And it's really hard to describe without giving away the whole plot. But many of these townspeople see these spiral shapes, and it drives them to madness. It causes them to do horrific acts. It actually causes them to turn into horrific creatures. I mean, it is just so beautifully done. And the story is just so captivating, because by the end of the story, you don't know where the heck this is going to lead to. And the ending was just so satisfying. It was a really bittersweet ending. I mean, I loved everything about this book. It's funny because when I first started reading too, I put like sticky notes all in the book about like super memorable moments. And by the end of it, I had sticky notes throughout the entirety of the thing. I mean, even now that I finish it, I'll still go to the pages where my sticky notes are in, and I'll just look at the artwork and the illustrations. It is just so magnificent. And I loved it so much that I picked up some of his other work too. I have this giant stack of books. Let me see if I can pick this up. So, yeah. I mean, honestly, he has become one of my favorite authors, and I've only read one book. But I'm so excited to check out his other material. I started reading his first ever work, which is actually Tomi. So I'm about like, I want to say maybe like a quarter through it. And of course, once again, I added my sticky notes in there. And yeah, like, it's so well done, man. I just love how each book too is broken down into chapters. And it's almost like you're reading something in the Twilight Zone a little bit. Kind of like that, how like each chapter is something different and unique, but it still is attached to the main storyline. It's just so good. It's so well done. I'm really enjoying it, and I can't wait to burn through all these books. But yeah, I definitely recommend this to any horror fan out there. I mean, it is just insanely captivating. I mean, look at some of the artwork on just the front cover of this book. Like, look at this. I don't know if this is YouTube save. I don't know what I can show on YouTube, but yeah, it's really, really crazy. And then here is Shiver. But yeah, so I mean, this is definitely something to check out for sure. And you know what's crazy too is with these books and all these new figures that I added to my collection, my Detolf is now completely full. So that is just wild to me, man. It's completely wild. I need to order a new one so I can be prepared for next month's figures and then the figures that were delayed. But I'm gonna end it there though, you guys. Seriously, thanks so much for hanging out and for subbing to my channel. I mean, you guys can literally be anywhere else. You're taking the time out of your day to be here, and seriously, from the bottom of my heart, once again, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, guys, take care, stay awesome. Please be safe. Bye.